Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of this tutorial series. We'll be getting straight to the point today. So, extruding. The entire process is just dragging the vertices around until they look right, while periodically checking how the mesh looks with subdivision enabled. And the controls we'll be using in this phase mostly consist of the various methods of selecting in the Move tool. In all honesty, there's not much to it. If you already know your way around Blender, you can probably figure it out yourself. Though, there are some things worth addressing that I'll talk about in the timestamp shown on screen. I'll start off by giving a brief summary of my personal workflow. But first, if you have a side view photo of the face you're making, insert it. Position the rear of the face to the Z-axis, hold left click on this top right corner, and drag your cursor to the left to get a second viewport. Just so you can see the front and side at once. And when you don't need it anymore, just hold left click again from here and drag your cursor to the right instead. So, I usually start by selecting everything besides the outer and innermost vertices. Then I extend them to about here. Then I bring this layer of vertices back. Bring these vertices for the eye sockets back as well. Then I start roughly shaping out the nose. Once I'm satisfied, I go down and start forming the general shape of the mouth like so. I should also note that when you're pulling out a pair of vertices that are really close to each other, like the ones around the nose and cheek lines, it's better to pull them together like this, just so they maintain their sharpness once subdivision is applied. Once I'm done with this, I start shaping out the jawline. Make sure this milled vertex is the furthest one out, then gradually move the others further back than the last as you go along, if that makes sense. In most cases, this is how the chins on the faces worked. Then we move on to doing the cheeks and the side of the face. I start by pulling out each row of vertices from the top view and position them until I'm satisfied. Then I fix them up from the side. The Mall series was never really consistent with how the face depth looked from the top, but they usually tend to roughly follow the shape of a half sphere. Here are some examples. Anywho, now I need to sort out the side bit of the face. These parts are never leveled with the nose bridge, they're always further back. So bring these vertices back and tweak them individually like so. Afterwards, go to the top view and tweak the positions of these vertices for the forehead so that the slope from the middle to the side looks natural. Something like that. That's just a matter of tweaking all the vertex positions, blah blah blah, you get the point. Then apply the mirror modifier, rinse and repeat. And there you have it. Now that everything is extruded, here are a few important things you need to do to the mesh. Select the vertices surrounding the eye socket and bevel it to give it a sharp edge. In this stage, you can finally add some eyes. All you need to do is insert a sphere, add a mirror modifier to it, position it via edit mode, create two new materials for the whites and the pupils, assign the pupils, and boom! For your new eye meshes, you can use them to help position the eye socket vertices like so. Select these edges in the mouth, bevel them, select these edges on the corner, bevel them as well, and dissolve these edges. Select these faces, triangulate, Then do tries to quads, and that's it. Couldn't be easier. If your face uses the half circle eye design and you want to add whatever this is, basically all you have to do is bring these vertices back, delete these faces, add a triangle there, fill this in, extrude from this and this, add a triangle there, extrude again, fill this in, bevel this bit and merge vertices, loop cut, fill this entire bit in like this, and then tweak the vertices. And there you have it. If your face has crow's feet, all you really have to do is bevel these bits with segments set to 2. Merge these vertices, and then move this one back. And to do the ones on the corners of the eyes, bevel these edges, dissolve these, merge these vertices, delete these faces, add a triangle, loop cut this bit, fill everything in like this, triangulate this, move these back, and tweak the vertices. And now he looks old. If your face has whatever the heck this is, select the knife tool, create this shape, and tweak and position the vertices. Six. To do defined lips, select these edges, bring them up, bevel them, merge these vertices, delete these faces, fill it in from the top, add a loop cut here, and tweak and position all the vertices accordingly until it looks something like this. So, now that I've taught you how to do all that, we've got to discuss how to make the face actually look good, or well, accurate. First and foremost, obviously, without a shadow of a doubt, most importantly, absolutely, we gotta ask for honest criticism. When you post your progress on a face, whether it be a recreation or a completely original thing, always make sure to ask what people's genuine thoughts are. Most will just compliment you for the sake of being nice, and while it is great to have a confidence boost every once in a while, you must always strive for better. Well, of course, don't push yourself too hard, like maybe half-ass the first 2 or 3 faces and then prioritize having high standards afterwards, but still. Another thing that could help while recreating faces is to find a reference image of whatever face you're doing at an angle similar to this. Then move your viewport camera to match the image as close as you can. Then you can start fixing up the depth wherever needed. You'd probably have to skim through some episodes of the show though, as the wiki doesn't always have images like these. The minimum number for different images should be at least 3. I've got one more method that can help with achieving accurate faces. But only do it if you're determined to make the most accurate shit this fandom has ever seen. So, it basically involves using this funny looking camera setup. I've included the blend file for it below. All you have to do is select the plane, go to base color, select an image texture, get one of those images from earlier, and once you've done that, add a cylinder, scale it to the face, maybe make it slightly bigger if needed, get a second viewport, hover your cursor over your new viewport and press 0, move back and scale the plane with the image a bit, and then painstakingly move and rotate the camera until yeah, you can see why I gave that warning. But it does work. Take Pilot Gordon and Proteus for instance. These two don't have any publicly available side photos, but with the help of the camera rig, I've managed to recreate their faces. And honestly, this is probably the best use for the rig. Only use it for faces that barely have any good images available. Obviously though, what you choose to do with it is up to you. Anywho, that's it for this installment. Next video, I'll be showcasing how to do alternate expressions, using this topology of course, such as mad, sad, surprised, the list goes on. If you want to show your progress, or if you've got any questions regarding these past 2 videos, use #BlenderTTTEface on Twitter. I'll see you all in the next video.